Morning all. Ignore the spot again. It's still there, the bastard. Hi. So day 3 of my run on week 2. Obviously starting to feel it now. I woke up this morning, my whole midsection up here around the back was cramped up and I couldn't move. And obviously I could move just enough to get out of bed, but it took extra work getting dressed and getting out the door this morning. I'd like to think that's because of the exercise I've been doing, but I also don't think I've been doing enough exercise. So, I was gonna do some history, but instead I'm gonna do some mental health this time. Fox or something down there. Anyway, basically, when things are getting stressful and a lot on my mind, I can often wake up in panic attacks when people say my name. That comes back to a previous relationship and being constantly woken in a panic state as if something was wrong, and then acting like nothing's happened. Now, once or twice you're probably thinking, practical joke, it's funny, but repeatedly over years it does take a toll. Now we got a person. I'm going to pause you for a second. Right, saying over the years that does repeatedly take its toll, and that's one of the side effects that I was left with. Another is, I went to a doctor a few years ago about this, but waking up with every symptom imaginable: high temperature, shakes, headaches, struggling to breathe, and various muscle pains and spasms, and that also comes from stress. Now, I get this less and less now, but this morning was a fair bit on my mind, and recently there's been a fair bit on my mind, so I've been getting it a bit more and more again. Got another person, so I'm just going to pause you. Now, I'm not going to go into, everyone now, I'm not going to go into all the reasons why at this moment in time I get all these symptoms. Just not ready to talk on those subjects just yet, although my wife wants me to. And we are thinking of, we did a podcast a few years ago about our experiences, but we use pseudonyms. We're thinking, I took that down in the end because there was stuff up that made me uncomfortable, particularly related to the reason why I was at Rasa. But we're thinking we'll go again, no pseudonyms, just our names. Obviously, we're not going to mention names of people who've crossed us. We're just going to talk about our experiences, and from a balanced perspective, because there's a lot of men v women when it comes to survivors of domestic abuse. It's like, not all women are bad, not all men are bad. Get over yourselves. You met a shit person, and that is really what it comes down to. So we want to try and take that angle of just, these are our situations. We held no blame to any particular group of people, but these are stories about the shit people we met. Which I think people will be a lot happier if they stop trying to blame the whole world. Oh. Hello, Foxy. See, little things like this. Just appreciate the little things in life. Like Mr. Foxy here, or Mrs. Foxy here. Anyway, why blame the whole world? I mean, a good analogy is, one year, one of these little bastards, little lovely bastards, came out and killed, off you go, one of these little, you all heard of fox before, creeping along, one of these foxes anyway, came along, killed our chickens and some of our ducks. And yeah, it was quite horrific because I came out to a lot of headless birds. But anyway, that happened. A few weeks later, I found a baby fox cub in a, one sec, right. Too many people on this walkway. I found a baby fox cub, like literally a few weeks old, tangled up in the neighbour's garden because he's got like a wild woodland area and all wire fencing. At first, the sound it was making, I actually thought it was a goose. I was seeing this little grey ball of fur. Anyway, when I got up to it, it was clear it wasn't a bird. Realised it was tangled in the wire. Ran back into the house, got my wire cutters. Cut it off. It was so swollen that I thought it actually lost an eye. I thought it was going to lose its back leg. Anyway, quite hard to find someone to rescue a fox, so we messaged everyone we could. And a little dog cage at the time, so we kept it in the dog cage. Gave it dog food and some water. Yeah, just didn't eat the food, like, but you know, wasn't sure what else to do. Anyway, by the morning, had drank some of the water. The swelling had gone down, its eye had reappeared, and it was walking again. Its leg was clearly sore, but its back leg didn't look like it was going to come off now. And that went off to a rescue centre in Cheshire, came and collected that. But why would I kill the fox cub for what the mum did? You know, nature's nature. If it finds a way in, then it's my job to board that up and protect what I view as mine. In this case, my chickens. But I can't blame the fox for getting into the food, because that's all they see it as. There's no hate from the fox towards us. So, back to the point. Why would I hate all women for what happened to me? I just wouldn't. One bad person doesn't make everyone bad. And my missus is the same. And one thing I can say is their ex turned out to be a nonce on top of a lot of what coercive control and financial abuse towards her, and cheating by the sounds of things. So she went through all that, but he's one bad egg. He doesn't represent all men. My ex doesn't represent all women. You know, she just seeks to control everyone in her life. Anyway, yeah, that's been a little bit on subject at the moment. Reasons I can't really go into right now because it's something ongoing again. But the more I'm dealing with the situation, the less I'm sleeping, the more pain I'm feeling. Oh, constant pain. And yeah, I don't even know I'll have the courage to post this one. Probably should, because you know, we've got the cool picture of the fox, and why deprive you all of a fox? I'd be pretty gutted if I found out a creator was depriving me of a fox. I'm just worried about backlash. Well, this person has been caught watching my parents shop, so they'll be watching these anyway. Pretty sure there'll be backlash regardless of whatever we talk about. Now, as for the podcast, we will be relaunching Family Dynamics with our own names this time, to talk about our experiences. Now, there are things that at some point I may talk about that a lot of people in my life don't know about. Some things that happened to me at a younger age, and yeah, backlash of that's gonna fuck me up a little bit, but I think I'll just make a point of saying, if you're watching this, I don't want to talk about it, so leave it alone. Not in person anyway. What I'd like to come from that is basically to normalise that men suffer trauma too, and the healthiest way, you know, to deal with that is to talk about it and deal with it. I mean, to be honest, the exercise helps. It is this or a darker place right now, so I am up torturing my body because it's the only way I know how not to go to the darker place. Anyway, that got too deep. Not all will be like this. Yeah. If you've been watching these, thank you. And if you haven't, fair enough, because, you know, I am the most boring TikToker going. I think I should get an award for the most boring TikToker. So that's YouTube, I'm on YouTube now. Not that I get any views on YouTube, you know, and these videos are declining in popularity. First one was like 2,000 views, and which is nothing, to be honest. And now we're down to like 70. So there's not really anyone watching these. May as well post what I wanna. Yeah. I might just record another video now. Thanks for watching anyway.